Okay, this is just cool. I always have my students try this in class so they can really see how a sewing machine works. What you want to do is if you open up the front door so you can see into your bobbin case and hold both threads out here with the left and turn and make a stitch. As you turn and make a stitch, watch what actually happens. As your needle goes down, you are going to see the purple thread. Now that's actually your needle thread coming in front of that bobbin case. And that is how a stitch is made. And you can kind of see I've got a twist in my two threads. That's a stitch. So when your thread goes down, that is an amazing amount of action. And then it's the job of the take-up lever. Remember the part we said make sure it goes all the way to the highest position? That's to help pull this big loop of thread that went down and wrapped around your bobbin to form the stitch. And that is pretty cool. Another thing you want to do just to make sure that your machine is threaded correctly, if you're ever having trouble where you're sewing and you have those big hairy loops on the back of your fabric, that's because the machine is not threaded correctly in the needle or from the top thread. What I want you to do is if you have your presser foot up and you pull this thread, it should be fairly loose, meaning you can just pull it out, no problem. As soon as you put the presser foot down, it is tight. That is why we always want to make sure to thread with our presser foot up. The tension discs are open and they allow the thread to get properly seated, and that is a test to make sure that it was done correctly. So when people call and say, oh, I've got those big hairy loops on the back of my fabric, that is exactly what I have them do. And if they say it's loose, when they lower that presser foot and it still is as loose as when it was up, then we know that all they need to do is rethread the top thread of the sewing machine, and you should be good to go.